people tend to buy the more well-known brand. So the competition that's not as well-known, they can resort to sampling. Like, okay, you like this brownie, but give our brownie a chance. Here's a free taste of the brownie. So sampling. And you might have encountered sampling or free samples when you visited SM Supermarket. Sometimes they offer free samples. It could be a small piece of food or a small cup of a drink or even soup. And they're given away for free in the hopes that if people like the sample, they might consider purchasing more or a bigger volume of the food item or the beverage. That's why it falls under volume increasing promotion tools. All right, the next item, we're very familiar with this, loyalty programs. So loyalty programs, they reward consumers for their frequent continuing purchase of a product. So can you guys think of a product or a company that resorts to the use of loyalty programs? Think of any business out there that rewards
Aling
loyalty.
Puring po. Charot.
Aling Puring, okay. Paano yung
Yes.
loyalty program ni Aling Puring, Starlane?
Hindi ko po alam, sir. Pero, dun sa, ano ba, yung parang may suki card po sila. Ganun po ba yun? Sure.
Okay, so there's a
Parang ganun po.
loyalty, a rewards card, something like that. Okay. So si Aling Puring, thank you, Sarlene. So Aling Puring is the icon for Pure Gold, right? So they have a loyalty program. But let's not go too far from home. I mean, in Cavite City, for example, Mercury Drug has its own Suki card. So that's also an example of rewarding consumers for frequent continuing purchase of a product. Okay, so the rewards could be in terms of like what the Suki card does. You earn a certain number of points. You can use those points to purchase your next batch of groceries or your next batch of medicine. Other things that can be done, for example, is shorter lines. For example, this line is exclusive for loyalty card holders. Or, for example, SM. SM sometimes offers sales that are specifically only for Advantage card or Prestige card holders. Or what else? I think it's also in SM where there's a room where you can wait and relax in between shopping and they give you free coffee, but that's a perk only available to the prestige card holders. So all of these would fall under the overall loyalty program. Okay, then the last item is another example. You might go to a cafe or a restaurant and they give you this loyalty card, and every time you visit the loyalty card, they'll put either a sticker or they'll put a stamp in one of the squares. And then at some point, if you fill in 6 squares, you might get a free item like free coffee or a sandwich after 9 coffees or sandwiches. The same thing is done by Ink Warrior, the ink refilling business. So every time you refill your cartridge with Ink Warrior, they will sign one of the squares in the card, and eventually, if you fill out enough squares, then you will be entitled to a free refill next time. All right. Can you guys think of other examples that would fall under a loyalty program?
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Okay. Paano sa Starbucks, Desilu?
Ano po yata, sir, yung sa sticker po yata, every purchase po,
Mm-hmm.
Tapos pag nakumpleto mo po yung sa ano, may libre pong planner.
Correct. Okay. So it's almost like thank you, Desilu. It's almost like an achievement if you have a Starbucks planner, because that means you really drank a lot of coffee just to get that planner. It's
Ganun din yun sa Canto Balls eh.
okay. Paano naman sa Canto Balls,
Ganun din
Jonah?
sir, parang kagaya lang sinabi ni Desilu, yung sa Starbucks. Sa Canto Balls naman, kapag kompleto ka nung parang dalawang ano yata yon, row nung parang bilog-bilog ganyan. Tapos kapag yung isang row, kapag nakompleto mo yon, meron kang specific na item na libre for ganong araw kapag napunuan mo yon. Tapos yung pangalawang row naman, ganun din. Mga product din dito yung libre.
All right, thank you so much. So all of those are valid examples of different loyalty programs. And we shall proceed to the next slide. Okay, so we are done. Just to recap, sales promotions, the first major category is those that target the consumers. And under that, there were 3 subcategories. The first was price or value discount promotion tools. The second was visibility increasing promotion tools. And the third category was volume increasing promotion tools. All right, so all of those fall under the big umbrella of sales promotions, which focus on the consumers. But as we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, there is also another possible target for sales promotion. So it's not just the consumers or customers. The promotional mix may also be geared towards the trade partners. So who do we consider as trade partners? We have employees, distributors, and the retailers. So basically anybody who partners up with the enterprise or the business and they help to move the product to the consumer. Okay, so just as with the previous big category, this also has subcategories. And the first subcategory is what we call discount promotions. So, Desilu, could you read the part about discount promotions, please?
Discount promotions offer the trade partner a reduced cost on the product or help or defray the partner's advertising expenses.
Okay, thank you. So it's either they give a reduced cost on the product, or like Desi said, they help to defray or they help to pay for the channel partner or trade partners' advertising expenses. Now, under discount promotions, the first item is what we call merchandising allowances. And what does that mean? In merchandising allowances, we give price breaks, or rather the manufacturer gives price breaks to the channel partners. And how does it do that? It reimburses or pays back the retailer for in-store support of a product. So how does the retailer provide in-store support to the product to give it a certain advantage over all the other products that are also in the same store? So there are 2 examples given in the book. One is the use of special off-shelf display, and the other is what we call end of aisle display. So what does it look like? Off-shelf display and end of aisle display. So I'm going to show you 2 pictures about this. All right. So first, let's discuss off shelf. And how does that work? Dawn, could you read, please? Off shelf.
Off shelf.
Dawn, yes.
Off-shelf, any display or promotion that is not part of the regular store. Example, cardboard pop displays or beverage towers.
Okay, thank you, Don. So I also used to read that POP displays, but if you analyze, it's in all caps. So it's an acronym. And POP stands for point of purchase displays. So we say the display is off shelf when it looks separate from the other items on display. Like in this picture at the top, this is what we call a beverage tower. So clearly it stands out. It's not just on the shelves with all the other beverages. It has its own separate display at the point of purchase or a POP. And then the picture at the bottom, if you can see it, these are examples of what we call cardboard POP displays. So again, if you visit a supermarket, these cardboard displays, they would make a certain item stand out from all the other items of the same kind that are just simply on the shelves. Okay, so that's the key point to remember here. It's that off-shelf displays, they give an advantage because they don't blend in with all the other items for sale, which are just on the shelves. Okay, and another thing to consider is what we call the end aisle display. What is an end aisle display? Let's try Jomel. Joms.
And aisle display, an exhibitable product set up at the end of the aisle in a retail store to call attention to a specific offering or price.
All right, thank you so much. So for example, again, you're at SM Supermarket. You'll notice that there are aisles, aisle one, toiletries, aisle two, beverages, etc. Okay, and when it's an end of aisle display, it's at the very front of the aisle. Okay, so again, this leverages a certain advantage because it's the first thing people will see if they visit aisle one. They won't even need to go down the aisle to find the item. Okay, so what's the point? Both off-shelf displays and end aisle displays, okay, they are what we call a special way of displaying the product. And so what some what do you call this? What some manufacturers do is they reimburse the retailer if they give this form of in-store support. Okay, because it gives the items of the manufacturer more visibility in the store. All right. So then we have okay. So still under discount promotions, which is the first subcategory under sales promotions, which target the trade partners. The second thing under discount promotions is what we call case allowances. So these are discounts, or these are what we call allowances given on a certain basis. And what's the basis? In this case, it's the volume of the products. So the greater the number of products that the channel partner or the target partner buys, then the greater also the discount. Okay, so the retailer will be able to sell or resell the product at a bigger profit because they were given a case allowance or a discount. And after that, okay, so previously we had discount promotions. That's the first subcategory under sales promotions, which target trade partners. The second subcategory is visibility increasing promotions. So how does this work? Sarlane, could you read please? Industry trade shows, that's the first item.
Industry trade shows are events at which manufacturers showcase their products, often in elaborate attention-getting booths or through giveaway samples and ano yun, product information.